Good morning. It is Friday morning, the 12th of December, 2025. I'm going to continue with my discussion about David Ghilardi's catapults. I know I've had a couple of requests from people to do his other two smart groups, and I'll get to that, but I'm not finished with the catapults, and I really hate to get these or make these videos too long because they can get very boring in a hurry. So that's why I try to keep them around 20 minutes. Anyway, as always, the market is your teacher. I did change the date here. It's the 12th. Any stock index or ETF mentioned in this presentation is not a recommendation to buy or sell. All trading strategies are used at your own risk. Now, I want to tell you what's going on with me. Those of you who have known me for a long time know that I have multiple myeloma, and I was informed yesterday by my oncologist that I've had it for 10 years. I thought it was nine, but it's actually 10. So actually, I'm doing quite well. I went through 4 years where after stem cell, that I didn't have any symptoms or the levels were down below critical, but now they're back in the mid range, but I'm doing fine. So I just wanted to let you know. But I want to point out a couple of things here. This is the HCSI order page, and here's Gil Morales. He says he's been using this software for 28 years, and that was a couple of years ago. So it's been around quite a while, and no, it doesn't have a cloud-based support and cloud-based information, but I find I'm really hard-pressed to find anything that really gives me much more insight than this software. Anyway, here's what I want to show you. I've gotten rid of the annual membership, and I've dropped down to the monthly. And it's $20 a month, which equals $240. It used to be $200 for the year. Now, if you want to continue with me, you don't have to pay $200 for the year to get the discount. You're only going to pay $40 more. The reason I did this is because who knows what's the future is for me or George or whatever. So if you're only locked into 1 month, if I should take a turn for the worse and can't do it anymore, then you're really not out anything. So I just didn't want to charge anybody $200 and then have to deal with that. So that's a major change. $20 a month for 1 month recurring if you want to continue to get my work, and I'll try to keep coming up with good ideas. I've done it for 25 years, so I don't think I'll run out of ideas. And by the way, I plan on being around for a while. I'm 80 years old, but other than the multiple myeloma, I'm in good shape. So hopefully it won't get me, but I want to be fair with everybody. I know a lot of our customers have passed on. I mean, I can see that from the number of subscribers, and that's the way it is. And when it gets to the point, if it gets to the point where there's just a few people, I'll probably just shut it down rather than wasting my time for a few customers. So anyway, I just wanted to let you know, and that's all I had to say about that. Now let's get back to that, to David's scan. Let's go take a look at it today. So I'm working with the catapults. I'll remove this on there. Darn it, hit the wrong key. And to remove a filter, you just hit your shift key and click on this filter icon up here. So these are the current ones today that are passing the catapults. And if I click through to today, this is a spreadsheet or a warehouse view that I just put together, and I'll upload it for you. And you can see that days since the force index crossover, nothing is showing in here because I put a filter on here to only let stocks which have cross the 2-day force past the filter. Let me bring the filter up here. Darn it, I'm a little slow today. Sorry about that. So I just clicked on this icon right here and it's applying the filter. Now you can see nothing comes through because I'm on Gagliardi catapults just for today. So let's take a look at this filter and see what it's all about. I'll bring the filter up, edit it. It's a simple filter, but since I'm not tracking the history of this crossover, what I'm able to do is go in here and use these fields. Days since the force 2-day cross is less than 4, so I want it within the last 5-day windows. Days since the force crossed over is greater than or equal to 0. That's why we don't have any in this spreadsheet. Days since the force index crossover greater than or equal to 10 days. And that can be changed. But I'm just putting 10 days in here because I want a stock which has been positive for at least 10 days in the 13-day column. It's a common stock, yes. 90-day moving average volume greater than or equal to 500,000 shares. And the fan uptrend equals yes. I click on previews. You can see there's 302 stocks that pass this. I'm going to cancel this. And now I'm going to go to all securities by hitting my alternate spacebar. And I have just thrown a category in here for David Scans. We'll be working with this in the filter. So like if you stay with me, if you subscribe, you're going to get all this stuff so you don't have to do the work. Now I just have one view in here now. It's under category Gagliardi Scans, days since the 2-day force cross. Since I'm not collecting the history, but what I can do is I can go in and filter out stocks of days since the force 2-day crossover and the 13-day. I showed you that in the filter. Now what I did is I put intraday information in here because I'm following up prior signals, and this combo is a combo based upon price and volume. It's going to force stocks to the top that have heavier volume, intraday, 1-day change, and intraday range. And this is what it comes up with. So Kronos Group is at the top of the list. Days since a crossover, 3 days. 0 is always a crossover day. And days since. So it's been 13 days since the force crossed over, and my minimum was 10. And like I said, you can, you can go in and change this. If 10's too long for you, let's say you want a 0 crossover day greater than 13, and you can see that there are some zeros in here, like on AEM. They both crossed over yesterday, but I'm just going to leave it on 10 for right now and experiment with it. So I'm looking for stocks that have momentum based upon the 13-day force, and they pulled back within the last 5 days. So let's take a look at the Kronos Group. Now you can see the gap was 9.47% today. The range is only at 68.06. So this stock was chased. It opened here. It's a $3 stock. It traded down here, but buyers are coming back in. By the way, we're having a very rough day in the stock market. Let me bring this over. Show you. So you can see the NASDAQ futures are down 560. The 10-year note on bonds is up to 419. Bitcoin's down 1950. Let's see what NVIDIA is doing. It's down another $5. My friend's still in this stock. I don't give advice. Look at ASTS. This one has really been moving up today. Today it's down 11.22%. Anyway, I just want to show you what the market's doing today. Let's look at the next one, Herbalife. It crossed over 3 days ago on the 2, crossed over 26 days ago on the 13. So that would be, let me see if I can get an arrow up here. That would be here, and also there was a crossover on the 2. So that's why I said you can go in and you can alter that filter if you're looking for stocks that, let me put the crossover, the arrow on here, that are crossing over on the same day. You wouldn't want to be using this filter. I'm just doing it as an example. But we can really take care of that in a hurry by doing this and editing this. And I'm just going to make this 0 and 10 and duplicate it, edit it, filter, edit it, I'll make this a 0, 0. I may clean these up before I ship them out. Okay, I think I have everything straightened out now. Quick pick here, 0, 0 crossover, and here's a 0, 10 crossover for the 13-day force index. Here's a 0, 0 crossover. You can see that there are, here's one down here. Both of them cross over on the same day. No, I lost Chubb, but anyway, let's move on here. So if I want to stick with the one that has a 10-day minimum on the crossover, these are stocks that are holding up and then they pulled back. Let's just, I don't know what this one is, but we're going to look at it. So you can see the 10-day crossed over clear back here. There was volume and force coming into it. It stayed above the 18, the 50, the 100, and the 200. It gapped up, pulled back on light volume. You can see there's no volume spikes here. This was a heavy volume, but it closed below the open. That's why there is a pink bar here. But it's been strong. Here's a 2-day pullback, and then yesterday it went positive on the 2-day force, and it gapped open today, but it's fighting a very weak market. See if I can find another one. Hillenbrand. Let's look at there. Oh, that's a buyout. Well, how about this one? Okay, 13-day cross. That's the top one right up here. This many days ago, you can see that the force was strong. Here's a pullback here, here, here. And then it took off, and then a 2-day pullback here, and then buyers came back in. This is a cheap stock. Let me try one more. I didn't want the ranking module. Let's try one more on the warehouse. A stock that's not so cheap here. Okay, 23 and 3 on this one. 23 days on the force 13, and then 3, 4, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be the 5th day today. So there's a pullback. As it pulled back, let's see what the volume was doing here. You can see the volume was below average here on the pullback. Then we had pocket pivot volume 2 days ago, buyers coming into it, and it looks like it's going to go up. Okay, let's do the 0, 0. Here's the 0, 0. You can see right here that it pulled back on the 13-day force after having 1, 2, 3 days on the 2-day force. And yesterday, the 2-day force went positive. So they went positive together. Let's see if I can find another 0, 0 here. We already looked at Chubb, I think. How about, what's the price on this one here? Expensive stock, but that's okay. So you can see the force 2 and 13 both turn negative here, and then they both turn positive here, and they're going up today in a weak market. My point of showing you the flexibility and how you can go back in time and look for these crossovers is to show you that you don't have to track the history every day. If the fields are in there where you can go back and look in the past, and during all the calculation when the HCSI is downloading and updating, it seems like it takes a long time. But what it's doing, it's calculating all this information here. So when we get in here and start prospecting, everything is here for us already. Okay, I'll upload these and you'll get them in the next download if you're a subscriber. If you're not, you can subscribe for $20 a month. I don't think that's going to hurt anybody. And there's no commitment after the 1 month if my health should deteriorate or if I just quit. I'm not planning on quitting, but you never know. So anyway, thank you for listening and have a good week and a good holiday season. I will do another video next week.